It's a lady in London here. Today I want to take you around London's Peckham. This South London neighbourhood is one of the coolest places in the UK capital. It has lots of great rooftop bars, amazing parks with secret gardens, and lots of places to eat and drink and be entertained. I can't wait to show you the neighbourhood. Rye Lane is at the heart of Peckham, and this street shows off the neighbourhood's diversity like no other place. The street is lined by shops selling all kinds of produce, fruits, vegetables, meats, fish, you name it, you can find it here. A lot of them specialize in produce used in African and Caribbean cooking. Rye Lane is also where Peckham Rye station is, so it's a great place to start a visit to the area. In addition to everything on the street, there are lots of little alleys and passageways coming off it. If you look up, there's beautiful historic architecture all around too. Down towards Peckham Rye Park, Rye Lane turns into Peckham Rye. There are lots of hipster bars and restaurants here. One of the most famous places in Peckham is the Bussey building. It's accessed by a corridor coming off Rye Lane, and it opens up onto a complex of buildings and courtyards that are fun to explore. There's everything from cafes to restaurants to markets to rooftop bars here, and it's a really fun part of the neighborhood. It draws a lot of people from all over London who come to explore everything that's here during the week and on the weekends. The Bussey rooftop bar has one of the best views in the city, and it also has a cool rooftop cinema in the warmer months. Right next to the Bussey building, Peckham Levels is another of the neighbourhood's most famous places. It's home to the Peckhamplex, one of the great independent cinemas where you can still see a movie for £5, and it also has Frank's, a rooftop bar that's famous for its views and its great atmosphere. Back out on the streets, Peckham has great pubs. There's lots of good neighbourhood pubs around, and there are fun ones on high streets and side streets. It's great to walk around and discover them. If you're into architecture, there are even old pubs that have been converted into houses. Peckham has gentrified a lot over the years, and there's no place that shows it off more than Bellenden Road. This street has a lot of hip coffee shops, cafes, restaurants, bookshops, and more. It's a fun place to come and explore and take in the scene. On weekends, antiques spill out into the sidewalks, and it's great to explore the street and see what's on. Peckham also has great restaurants, and you can find them all over the neighbourhood. It's fun to take a wander and see what you find on high streets and side streets. There are lots of great cafes in Peckham too, from terraces with outdoor tables to cozy interiors with mismatched furniture. There's no shortage of places to love here. Whether you're looking for decadent hot chocolate or the best coffee in London, you can find it at Peckham's cafes. If you want to get a leg stretch, the Surrey Canal Walk is a great one to do. It runs along an old waterway, and it's a great paved pathway for cycling and walking. There are bridges and gardens along the way, and lots of points of interest to keep you entertained. One such garden is the Glengall Wharf Garden. It grows food and donates it to local charities. It's a great place in the neighbourhood. While Peckham's high streets are fun to explore, the side streets have a lot to see too. From colorful painted houses to beautiful doors and architectural details, they're fun to spend time exploring. Peckham has no shortage of green spaces, and Peckham Rye Park is one of the biggest and best known. The wide expanse of the common is a great place to sit, sunbathe, have a picnic, or play sports. There are fun artistic details, and there are even secret gardens, ponds, and lots of other things to find in the middle of the park. If you love architecture, Peckham has a lot for you. From historic buildings with great details to contemporary architecture that's striking to see, you'll have no shortage of things to keep your eyes busy. Back to green spaces, Burgess Park is to the north of Peckham, what Peckham Rye Park is to the south. This great green space stretches through various neighbourhoods in South London and has great views of things like the Shard and fun paths to walk and run along. Back near Rye Lane, the railway arches near the station are home to some of Peckham's most creative shops, artists, and galleries. There's everything from bars to art studios to breweries here. As much as Peckham's big green spaces are nice, smaller areas like Warwick Gardens provide lots of pretty details to see and nice spaces to sit and relax. If street art is your thing, you'll find a lot to love in Peckham. There's street art dotted all throughout the neighborhood. Peckham's also part of the Dulwich Outdoor Gallery, where street artists have painted their renditions of works from the nearby Dulwich Picture Gallery. And if you're a fan of the TV show Only Fools and Horses, you can see the famous car in Peckham as well. Rounding out my list is Holly Grove, a street with beautiful houses on one side and a park running the length of the street on the other. It's a great place to come and relax just off Rye Lane. I hope you've enjoyed this look around Peckham. It's a great London neighbourhood and one of the best places to get into South London's local scene and experience London like someone who lives here. As always, there's more on my blog, aladyinlondon.com, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel before you go. Happy wandering.